I first want to say to Cody Rhodes, to the Young Bucks, to anybody associated with the Elite, or anybody associated with this new Elite promotion that might be coming in next year, I want to say right now, on the record, that I am throwing my name into the hat. The Amplified Man is willing to work with and for you for free. I don't want a dime from you. I don't want a penny from you. I am willing to travel wherever you need me to be, put any creative input in that you wish me to give you, or if you just need me to be an on-air talent because you know it's going to be a dynamite amplified segment, I will do anything in the world to help this promotion get off the ground and start kicking ass. Do my share, do my part, and I'm willing to do it for free. Because after last night, it never hit me harder than last night knowing that Vince McMahon needs competition. WWE has to have competition right now because they are on cruise control. They've been on cruise control for years and years now. The problem is the brakes have stopped working. There's no more brakes. They were on cruise control. They kind of want to slow it down now. They kind of want to come to a stop and turn the corner, but there's no brakes. It was on cruise control. They lost the brakes, and we're about to smash, smash, smash straight into a concrete wall. And everything is about to fucking blow up around it. And this is beyond anything that we want to have happen. This is beyond anything that we think maybe should happen. This is something that needs to happen. Because I can no longer reasonably or fathomably watch this show and not think something needs to be done. And this goes beyond, if you don't like it, just don't watch it. This is beyond that. Because for many of us, and I'm willing to say most of us, we've been watching this product in this company especially since we were tiny amplifiers. Yours truly, 4 years old. I was always there for pro wrestling. Pro wrestling was always there for me. Just the way it is. I'm not just gonna give up on it now. I'm seeing a lot of that. A lot of content creators are getting together and they're boycotting next week's Raw. Nobody gives a fuck. As much as I hate the douchebag, CM Punk said it best. We're all just a spoke on the fucking wheel. Nobody cares about your silly little stupid YouTube show. Unless your name is the Amplified Man, nobody gives a fuck. To me, you're just a fucking quitter. Hit the bricks. Amplified Man, we go to war. We don't stop until we help, at least help. Even if we never see the end result. If we never get the fucking goal, the aspiration and the dream that we seek, at least we attempted it in our lifetime to switch something we love around for the better. So you can quit and just stop watching? That's cool, man. That means you can quit smoking cigarettes like that. That's a fucking something that a lot of people can't do. That is a talent. If you're a heavy drinker, maybe you can stop just like that. That's awesome. That's a talent not many people can have or do have. You're a natural born quitter. Congrats. On the Amplified unit and on this Amplified channel, we don't quit. We're going to stick with this and we're going to do whatever we can. We're going to come to a conclusion, something that we can do. We will hatch a fucking plan to help make this business great again. So no, to answer the question, a lot of people are going to be fucking asking me over the next fucking week, am I going to join the content creators that are not going to follow Raw next week? No, because they're dipshits. I give zero fucks about them or anything in their fucking life. They're quitters. Hit the bricks. The Amplified Man despises quitters. And then there's people going, this is it. This is the worst Raw of all time. No, it's not, you dipshit. They're all this bad. Open your fucking eyes. It's people like you that make me fucking sick when it comes to this business. It's because you don't open your eyes and ears. And every week, you got the same fucking shit spewing out of your mouth. This was the worst Raw of all time. And then the next week, you say the same thing. And then you wait 3 weeks, and then it's Raw, worst than it's ever been in its fucking history. And then 2 weeks later, this is the worst Raw ever. Which one is it? They're all this bad. Have you been living under a fucking rock for the past 15 years? Every single Raw is this bad. If you say one of them is the worst of all time, then they're all the worst in the last 15 fucking years. They're all the worst of all time. It ain't just this one. This one hit a new rock bottom, a new low. Because of 6 fucking rematches. 6 in a 3-hour show. They started this thing off with the most mind-bogglingly stupid 30-minute segment I could have fucking fathomed. Baron Corbin's standing out there, and he's got fucking Lashley, and he's got McIntyre, and they're going off on some 10-minute tirade about if you're not with me, you're against us. I love Baron Corbin's new character. I love how he spews all this fucking power nonsense because it fits that character and it does make for fun television. The problem is they never really stated why Corbin is aligned with Lashley and McIntyre. Lashley was just a face 3 or 4 weeks ago, was he not? On the flip side, McIntyre was aligned with Dolph Ziggler. They never gave any reason other than they saw Corbin had power, and they jumped on with him. But Braun Strowman was just with Dolph and Drew, and they were the 3-man elite team that was trying to take people out. All of a sudden, Braun turns back face, Drew leaves Dolph. Nobody knows why any of this is happening. And now all of a sudden, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin are the new dominant force in WWE without any proper storytelling behind it. They just threw them together like they always do. I hate that shit. It's the same with Dolph, Drew, and Braun. No reason to throw them together. Braun has an issue with Roman. He could have taken care of it himself. He's a monster. Monsters don't need friends or cronies. Braun gets injured. They formate now Lashley, Drew, and Corbin to take out Braun, and now last night to take out Elias, to take out Finn Balor. They're a dominant faction. Problem again, they're not a real faction because we don't care about them. Hulk Hogan joined forces with Hall and Nash to form the NWO. There was story there. There was a reason why they're a faction and a reason why we should give a shit. Shawn Michaels joined forces with Triple H in China, and there was a reason, and there was some epicness to it, and there was a fucking reason to watch D-Generation X. Evolution joins together. The older meeting the younger, the wiser, meeting the ones that need to be taught the lessons. And if you've put it all together, you have the perfect package of destruction and a reason we should give a shit about evolution. Shit, Nation of Domination had a message. These 3 get together out of nowhere, another just thrown together 3-man schmaz team. No reason to give a fuck about them, other than Vince just said we have nothing for them, let's throw them all together and let's have them take people out. This will all lead to what? TLC? Baron versus Braun will now be a 6-man tag. Lashley, McIntyre, Corbin versus Elias, Balor, and Bray Wyatt. Maybe Bray Wyatt comes next week when he should have came back last night. We should have seen his comeback at Starrcade when he came back Saturday night, which they aired on Sunday night on the network. Is that what this is all going to lead to? A 6-man schmaz? WWE has proven I should not care about these 3-man schmaz teams because look what Drew, Dolph, and Braun was. It was absolute garbage, and you know it. It led to nothing. They don't have a plan for them. That's my side spiel. Getting back to how we started, a 10-minute tirade about how Lashley and Drew McIntyre joined the side of power, the good side. And if you want to join the other side, destruction awaits you. Lights go out. I'm thinking perfect time to have Bray Wyatt surprise the fucking crowd. And here's a thought, here's a concept. Let's show the WWE fans an exciting, spontaneous, special moment. Bray Wyatt returns right out of the gate. No, the lights come back on. It's fucking, or did the lights even come on? Elias is up at the stage. We love Elias. But what is this leading to, Elias? I'll tell you what it led to. It led to another Elias song, and Michael Cole cuts to commercial. With the big cliffhanger, when we come back from commercial, it's Elias versus Lashley in a rematch. You got the goosebumps? Are you excited? So we get Lashley and we get Elias somewhere down the line in this match. Baron Corbin calls for a no disqualification match. And obviously all three of them jump. Elias beat the shit out of Elias. I usually love these beatings. But usually it's when it means something and it makes sense. Beating up Elias in a rematch of rematches for no real reason, no real payoff, other than to get you to TLC most likely. There's no meaning behind this. You're wasting these epic beatdown segments on a useless threesome. They'll be broken up by January, and for most of us, that's probably a good thing. You need to save these epic beatdowns for actual factions that you can pump up talent. What do you think Lashley's gaining from this? What do you think Drew's gaining from this that he couldn't have gotten on his own? So they beat down Elias. Lashley drags him in the ring. 1, 2, 3. Lashley wins the match. Obviously, it's 3-on-1. And then they announce the main event later will be another rematch of rematches. Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. So you're thinking, okay, simplistic booking 101. You already re-debuted Bray Wyatt Saturday night at Starrcade. You never even aired it on the network the following night, Sunday. You never showed Bray Wyatt coming back. Okay, but all the photos and all the news stories are out there. We already know he's back. So it's not going to have the same luster as if you just surprised us on television with his return. So you have to bring him back last night because you can't drag this out. Remember Nikki Cross? She debuted. It was in dark matches. By the time she actually showed herself to SmackDown, nobody gave a fuck. So Bray Wyatt debuts Saturday night. They never show it. They don't bring him out Monday night. When does this drag out? Another 7 days, 14 days? Does he appear at TLC? Each day that goes by, you are ruining any comeback special feel that we were going to have for Bray Wyatt. It's just the truth. You know how I know? Because I've done my research. I know how the business works. This has happened before. History always repeats itself. So in the main event, you have another rematch. Just like Elias and Lashley, you have Corbin and Balor again for the millionth time. And Baron Corbin calls this a fucking 2-on-1 match. Drew McIntyre comes down. They beat the shit out of Balor. Balor gets beat, I believe. Lashley ends up coming down. And here we have another 3-on-1 beatdown. Again, I usually love these beatdowns when it has meaning to it. When it has logic to it. These insane beatdowns by a faction that was, and I use the term faction loosely, they don't even have a name, there's no reason they're together, other than they joined Corbin, because he's got power. So you're wasting epic beatdowns like this, like you have some serious motherfucking beef with them? You gotta save that for segments that are supposed to mean something, mean some shit. Not just wasting that on Lashley, McIntyre, and Corbin's weird, in the meantime faction. Because that's all this is. This is an in the meantime faction. This is what Vince is deciding to go with as the flavor of the month. I just don't see the reason behind these beatings. Unless Bray, and this wouldn't even be that fucking epic because it would just lead to a 6-man tag at TLC. But at least we would have had a Raw special moment if Bray Wyatt came down to help Balor last night. But no. Raw literally goes off the air with Balor beaten down and Corbin, Lashley, and McIntyre arms raised, like they actually just accomplished something. That was it. They started Raw off with a rematch. They ended Raw with a rematch. And in the middle, another rematch. Dolph Ziggler answers an open challenge to Seth Rollins. Rollins issues this open challenge for his IC strap. We're all fucking excited. This could be something special. This could be one of the Raw moments. On an otherwise lackluster, redundant bullshit Raw, another one, this could be something cool. And Dolph Ziggler's music hits. And wrestling fans around the fucking world put our heads down in shame, embarrassment, and befuddlement. How the fuck is this not trolling your own fan base? How the fuck is that? How the fuck does Seth Rollins, when these plans are shown to him, how does Rollins, let's place some blame on the superstars too, not just creative. How does Rollins not go to Vince and everybody and go, what the fuck are you doing to me out there? You're killing me. I don't care if you give me all the championships. The fans are not gonna fucking buy into this shit. Dolph comes down. How does Dolph not go up to management and Vince and say, what the fuck are you doing to me? The same match again? We've done this 7,614 times. But no, they go out there and they put on a fucking Seth Rollins, Dolph Ziggler rematch for the IC Championship like we're supposed to care. I've seen this match so many times. I know what they're gonna do next. I know their next moves. That's sad. That's bad. That really is, guys. End of this match, some of the crowd in Milwaukee were chanting, this is awesome. Awesomely bad? Yeah, possibly. Most likely, it is. What was awesome? This is what Vince preys on. The fans that literally forget what they saw the week before or don't give a shit about what they saw the week before. So they're willing to say, please, sir, can I have some more of the bullshit you're feeding me? And Vince is like, of course, open up, bitches. And he continues to feed this. And some of the people in Milwaukee were literally chanting, this is awesome because we got a flying splash in a 30-second fast-paced sequence. Whoa, blew us away. It was the same sequence we've already seen before 1,000 times. But that's what Vince is preying on. Vince doesn't care if his audience shrinks as long as the audience he does have is willing to spend every penny on the product. The t-shirts, the network, the live events. Watch all the advertisements that are on his fucking USA network. So USA is happy, everyone's getting their fucking money. But what he doesn't realize is you can only shrink that base so much. What happens when the final few elements of that base turn their back on you? You can have some of the This Is Awesomers. But I promise you, gauging this business, gauging the crowds in every promotion, the tides are a-turning. The tides are a-changing. That was not awesome. If that was awesome for you, you're special. You're very special if that was awesome to you. Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins, again, you're a very special person. I'm just going to leave it at that. I wish I could tell you, and of course, what was it? Fucking Rollins wins this match, obviously. We've already seen this movie a million. This is like watching a sequel and another sequel and another sequel and another sequel to a movie, but every fucking movie is actually the same movie. So it wasn't really a sequel. It was just the same fucking movie, and they called it Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5, Part 6, Part 7, Part 8,000. But it's the same fucking movie. So of course Rollins wins this match. And I wish I could tell you that was it. 3 rematches last night. We can't take any more. Let's get some new shit in there. Let's get to some creative segments. No, there was more rematches. How about the Revival versus the Lucha Underground Summer House Party, or whatever the fuck they're called, with their fucking piñatas? Beating the Revival in about 4 minutes. Now, I told you guys a million times, I'll say it again here, the Revival will just never be over on the main roster. They just won't. The casual fan, the mainstream media fan out there is never going to gravitate to them. But do I think they should be losing in 4 minutes to the Lucha fucking piñata party? No. Nobody deserves that, man. But the Summer Luchador Piñata Party beats the Revival in another rematch. We just saw this last week. The Revival got beat by them. Piñata rules, right? These are Piñata rules, I think. 3 on 2, so all 3 get the... But still, it's mind-bogglingly, dumbfoundingly stupid to me that you would give us the same fucking match. You call yourself a creative team. You get around the board room table, that whole meeting is taking place, all the suits and ties with Vince, and they just, these are just dumb people. There's no creativity, there's no energy, there's no life behind what they're putting on paper. It comes to the tag division, they're just like, Revival and Lucha Summer Piñata Party. Let's do that again. Vince, just last week we did, let's do it again. We got to move on with other things. All right, Vince, it's penciled in. AOP and Gable and Rude. Let's do that. Vince, we just had that last week too, Vince. Who cares? We got to move on. Let's do it again. Just tell them the straps are on the line. Because that's what we got. It wasn't just Revival and the Summer Piñata Party. It was Rude and Gable versus AOP again. And another rematch. This time the tag titles were on the line. So the big anointed stipulation where Rude and Gable get to be number 1 contenders, that was wasted last night on nothing. AOP wins this match because Drake Maverick stole Bobby Roode's robe, brought it to the back, hit the bathroom, opened up the fucking top to the toilet, put the robe inside the toilet, and proceeded to pee on his robe. Flushes the toilet and walks off. I don't even know if he washed his fucking hands. But that was the only thing that captivated me in that whole segment, is wondering, did Drake Maverick wash his fucking hands or not? Because everything else was fucking pointless. He gets his robe peed on, he's in shock and awe, and they get beat because of that distraction? Not saying AOP should have been beaten, but AOP should have never been in there with Gable and Rude in the first place. We just saw it last week. On top of that, Rude and Gable should not be a team. Too much talent in Gable. Why is he always tied down with somebody? Shelton Benjamin. Fucking, who's the smiley guy who used to always smile? He got injured. Jason Jordan. Benjamin, Jordan, Bobby Roode. What's next? Hornswoggle? James Ellsworth? Who? The guy is so talented. Why are you putting him with somebody all the time? Bobby Roode, a former NXT fucking champion. Not saying he should be in main events, but at least thriving in the mid-card. So 2 redundant tag team matches to go along with the 3 rematches I already told you about. The beginning of Raw, the end of Raw, and the middle of Raw. How about the women? You want to go over there for a second? How about Ember Moon and Alicia Fox? Rematch City, bitch. They at least had a fucking tag team match together. Ember Moon and Alicia Fox, it seems they were in there a million times. They actually were not. I don't know how. That fell under the radar. Vince probably had an orgasm when he heard that. What? Alicia and Ember haven't had a lot of Let's do that. They won't know. So Ember Moon finally gets a few minutes on Monday Night Raw, and it's a victory. I would hope so. It's against Alicia Fox. The only person in there in the league of Nia Jax and Tamina when it comes to wrestling skills is Alicia Fox. And don't even try to correct me on that. Don't even try to tell the Amplified Man, BC, Alicia can actually wrestle. They just don't give her the time. Alicia was actually good back in the day, BC. No, she never was. Listen to me. You clicked on here because you want to listen to me. You need to listen to me, so listen to me. She never was. I've done my research. I've watched her matches a million times, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Because I wanted to make sure what I'm saying is correct. Not only was she never good, she never progressed. In the over 10 years that she has been in this company, wouldn't you think you would get exponentially better than when you arrived? Tell me Alicia Fox has been better than her first couple of years in this business, in this company. You're bullshitting yourself, so allow me to correct you. You're wrong. Alicia Fox is no good. And if that hurts your feelings, I'll run and fetch the fucking tear bucket for you so you don't cry all over the fucking outside, on the concrete, on the sidewalks, and people, it turns to ice here in the winter, and people are slipping, and cars are trying to avoid the people that are slipping, and they crash into other cars. One car's going off the bridge. All these cars are being backed up. The bridge ends up fucking collapsing. The water gets fucking flooded with all these cars and bridge debris. All the fucking mammals and the fish all get destroyed by this fucking fiery debris and cars. The world is affected because of your tears. Because you couldn't handle Alicia Fox sucking at what she does. She's in there with Ember Moon. Again, I would hope so. I would have rather have seen Ember Moon versus a local jobber from Milwaukee. Because the local jobber from Milwaukee will have much more talent than an Alicia Fox. But beggars can't be choosers. She wasn't losing against Tamina and Nia in there. We'll take that, right? And she wasn't losing to Tamina and Nia because they had Tamina and Nia in the middle of the ring, still trying to get that fucking heat. Still playing off the one thing she's done in her entire career that got her any attention. In 2 fucking years on the main roster, the one thing that got Nia Jax any attention was actually punching someone in the face in a ring during a worked fucking melee, a worked brawl. Nia Jax is throwing a real punch at Becky because she had real life beef with her. Because after watching that again another 10 times last night, when they were showing it, there's no doubt that was intentional as fuck. Even if there wasn't pre-beef, Nia Jax didn't want somebody jumping on her when Naomi was already throwing bows, and she got pissed in the moment, and she decked Becky. That was legit. That was not an accident. And that brought her all this attention. So now Vince is running with it. Instead of taking her off the road and giving her the training she actually needs, we'll keep her on the road. We'll keep making her joke about it. We'll keep making her collect the heat from it. Like we really give a fuck about Nia Jax. Like we're really looking at Nia and going, wow, what a heel. She did some epic shit to make us boo her. She did some of the best heel work I've ever seen in this business. No. This is get the fuck off of our TV heat. Don't get it twisted. There's a fucking difference. BC, there's not really a difference as long as they're making a reaction. What are you, Vince McMahon Jr.? A reaction doesn't mean shit to us. To Vince, maybe that means something. Roman Reigns got a reaction. For us fans, that was not a good thing. We literally didn't want to see him in all those main events because it was cringeworthy to watch. It wasn't we were just booing him for fun. We were booing and making noise and trying to get our point across that we didn't want to see this. We either already have seen it or it just doesn't work. We're not being entertained by it. That's what we were trying to say. Instead, Vince looked at it as, hey, it's a reaction. No, but Vince, we're miserable. We don't want to see this. We're like tired of it. We literally don't want this. Not in a like fun boo, you're a heel way. We just don't want to see it. No, that's okay. It's a reaction. Nia Jax is hurting people for real. We want her off the road just so she can train more. If you have to bring her back, that's fine. More trained. Knowing the business more. Caring about the business more. Instead, no, we'll get the heel heat. It's a reaction. And there's some fans, you would think they're working on the payroll for Vince. It's a reaction, guys. Why is everyone upset? What do you think was going to happen? You gotta capitalize on the heel heat. No, what does it do for the fans? We're stuck with Nia Jax. A talentless, reckless, careless slob in the ring. So her and Tamina are cutting a fucking promo. Yahoo, whoopsie fucking wahoo McDaniel. This show can't get any more fun. Ronda Rousey comes out. Smiley McGee over there. I always said it fits her character when she could just be herself. This is the one time, Ronda, you can't smile in front of Nia. On the way to the ring, if you really need to do that, that's fine. I'll let you slide. You're Ronda Rousey. We know that when you get in the ring, you can turn the switch. But when you're in Nia's face and the crowd starts chanting Ronda Rousey, and you start smiling at them, that's one thing. But then there was a moment she looked at Nia, and she was saying something under her breath with a smile. Like, this is awesome or something. And Nia, to her credit, I'm going to say something positive about Nia here. So, pardon the fucking Red Seas. Here we go. I'm going to say something positive. Nia Jax played it off fucking nicely. Where when Ronda Rousey was smiling and talking to her like they're friends, Nia looked around and goes, yeah, they're chanted. So what? Get on with it. Or something along that lines. So Nia played it off good. And I'm thankful for that because that was about to go off the rails really fucking quick. You can't smile at your competitor. I mean, this is Wrestling 101 that I give nothing but praise to Ronda Rousey because she picked this up so quickly. And this doesn't give free reign for people just to shit on Rousey. CBC, I told you she's not. No, she's epic, actually. Ronda Rousey has had some of the best matches of 2018. Bottom fucking line. Whether you like it or not, I'm telling you that. There's always some idiot that tries to argue. No, BC, you're a crack, man. No, I'm telling you the facts. I've done my research. Again. This isn't opinion. Ronda Rousey gave us some of the best fucking moments of 2018. Now, that probably isn't saying that much because WWE has been a shit show all of 2018. But Ronda Rousey has given us those epic moments. We know what she's capable of. We know she can turn the switch like that. So I'm not worried about that. But I still want to believe that there's instant animosity. So when you're in front of Nia, you can't smile at all. I don't care who's chanting for you. But this segment got fucking horrible really fast. Nia Jax is supposed to play up this heel, be this dominant force. And instead, she's like, no, I don't want to ruin my new fucking manicure that I just got or some shit. I just took the blood away from Becky's face out of my nails. I just got it out. I'm not going to punch you now, Ronda. Okay. And then she says, fucking, what I'm really doing is just buying time. And Tamina is supposed to attack Ronda here. Or steps up to Ronda anyway. And Ronda's staring them both off. And here comes Natty's music, like I give a fuck. We all love Natty, but what the fuck is Natty doing? Natty looked like such a clown. Like her music hits, she's running down like she's about to save the world. All the homeless kids, all the fucking refugees, anybody that has fucking diseases, anybody in the world, Natty's about to save all of you. She's running down, she's mean mugging, she's gonna get it, she's gonna save you, she's coming, and wham! The Riot Squad cut her off out of nowhere. Natty is coming down like she's gonna save the world, and she doesn't even make it to the ring. She gets jumped by the Riot Squad, beaten the fuck out of. Ronda finally gets out there to save her. So Ronda has to save the person that was supposed to come down and save her. Riot Squad tails up the fucking rampway. It's 5-on-2. If you really have beef realistically, wouldn't you just jump Ronda and Natty? It's all of the Riot Squad, Tamina and Nia out there. And Riot Squad is running up the rampway. Tamina and Nia refuse to come out of the ring. And Ronda is helping a beaten Natty. So at that point, it's actually 5-on-1. But nobody wants a piece of Rousey. All right. That's believable. My ass. Natty looked like a clown. What was that about? I'm about to watch Ronda kick the shit out of Tamina and Nia. I'm actually into this for a second because I'm like, yes, beat the fuck out of both of them. And literally 20 seconds later, the whole focus is somehow on Natty and the Riot Squad. How the fuck did they even become part of the story? Nothing makes sense. The logic gaps are too big now. It's okay when it's here and there, but when everything is not making sense, we have a huge fucking problem. Houston, we have a problem. And next week, Raw is in Houston, and they have a huge fucking problem. Because finally, fans have had a fucking enough, man. I have never seen this much outrage on social media, an outpouring of people just being pissed off at WWE's product than I did within the last 10 hours. This is like, I've never seen it this big, guys. That's how I know. It's no longer just the amplified man and the smart fans that know what the fuck is going on, the redundancy, the bullshit. Now, even some of the fucking casuals are starting to realize, oh shit, I love this, but it's turning into garbage. I don't want to leave this. I'm not going to quit watching this, but what can we do to save this? And that's the big question. What can we do to save this? Many mornings, I want to fucking stop whatever I'm doing and start walking my ass. That's right. I don't want to fucking drive there. I don't want to take a train. I don't want to take a plane. I want to walk my ass with thousands of people behind me right up to Stamford, Connecticut. Right up to WWE headquarters and say, what the fuck are you doing with this product and what are you doing to this fucking business? You're destroying it from within. You're sabotaging your own shit, and we will not let you do that. We are here to make the save, Vince. We are here to save this shit, and you can't ignore us now, can you? And then you hear plans of Elite Wrestling coming over next year, maybe. Maybe Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks, maybe they'll get together and do something cool. And I'll work for free, man. I just want to help the cause. I want to get something that I love very much in this world. I want to get it back, at least in the league, to where it once was. I don't know if it'll ever be where it once was. The Attitude Era allowed you to do a lot more. But that doesn't mean you can't be creative. That doesn't mean you can't put together epic segment after epic segment. That's right, not even just good segment after good, epic after epic. Why not? You're a television show. I don't care if you're 10 hours. You have 65 writers. The Attitude Era, they only had 2. Vince Russo and Ed Ferreira. Now you have 65, and collectively, you have the fucking creative capacity of a fucking peanut. Not totally done. One more segment. Sasha Banks and Bayley are sitting in the middle of the ring just to get fucking shit on. This crowd, you could audibly hear, like, singular. This is how quiet it was. Individual people I could hear yelling into the ring. This is awful. Hey, I thought we were supposed to be asking the questions. I heard one fan yell into the ring because Alexa started asking all these questions. It was supposed to be an open forum. The fans get to ask them any question they want. And obviously there was a plant in the front row. Clear as day. Just some redheaded girl with a Ronda Rousey white shirt so Alexa Bliss can easily pick her out. So she knew ahead of time. And this plant is hopping around. Nobody's with her if you noticed. Gee, that's not a plant. This woman just showed up by herself, front row. Nobody's with her. Everyone else is sitting down. They're like, I don't know this motherfucker. She's in the corner, so obviously she's a plant. She asked a question. How would you guys change the women's division? Right? This is obviously just trolling the fans again because we have a million ways to change the women's division. And instead, Bayley goes, actually, I'm proud of the women's division. I wouldn't change anything. Can't make it up. Bayley had her moment. I'm not saying you gotta totally shit on Vince. Obviously, you gotta walk back through that curtain, and he's gonna be sitting there staring at you. But that's the best you got? Writing just told you to say I would change nothing, and you're like, okay, I'll go out there and say I'll change nothing. Sasha answers it, says I would ship your little butt right back to SmackDown. That was at least a little more fucking edgier, a little better. But man, you give Sasha an opportunity to say, what would you change about the women's division? I wanted her to say, I would be at the fucking top where I belong, with motherfuckers staring up at me. So the whole open forum lasted about 60 seconds, and probably that's for the better, because the crowd was just not loving it at all. And they get jumped. Here comes logic. Here comes the bullshit. They get jumped by Mickie James, Alicia Fox again, So Alicia Fox is getting all this camera time last night. Some women can't even get on the show. Alicia Fox is out there twice. Alicia Fox, Mickie James, and get this, Dana Brooke jump Sasha and Bayley from behind. You want a logic gap? You're talking to somebody who remembers what the fuck they're watching day to day, week to week. Wasn't just Sunday night on the network at Starrcade, wasn't Dana Brooke celebrating a victory alongside Sasha and Bayley and Ember? Dana Brooke was a face with Sasha and Bayley at Starrcade 2 nights ago. 24 hours later, Dana Brooke, for some reason, is instantly a heel with no story or reasoning, and she's jumping Sasha and Bayley, the team she was just celebrating with 24 hours earlier. How is that fucking reasonable to you? That's what I mean. How does that? Vince doesn't give a fuck anymore. He just doesn't care. And they get together no longer for even an hour. It looks like they get together for 10 minutes. They write the card for Raw. And they just go, that's it, we're good. Nothing has to make sense. There's no continuity anymore. Continuity in the entertainment business means that one thing looks the same, sounds the same as it just did in the previous shot. That's called continuity. It's like if you're watching Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. He's jumping from one building to the next. It's a beautiful sunny day in the shot. He's jumping. You want a different view, a different angle, camera-wise. But when you go to flip that camera, you turn around, you get the other side. By the time you do that, it's rainy and cloudy. Well, clearly you can't use that shot now. Continuity. You're not going to watch the movie, watch Tom Cruise jump from that one building to the next. Halfway through, the sun turns instantly to rain and clouds. No, it's called continuity. You want that to remain sunny. So you wait. You shoot that another day, and you have to make sure the Cruise is in the same attire. His hair's the same. Everything is the same about that day, about that shot. Because when you actually watch the movie, you want it to all look the same, like it was all continuous. It's like my movie, Tyler's Day 30. It's all supposedly shot on one summer's day. That's what it's going to look like anyway. Obviously, I can't shoot the whole movie on one day, and that's why it takes so fucking long. Continuity. Let's be honest, I don't have a whole team working with me here. The budget isn't that fucking big. So it takes a long time. Continuity is important, though, if you want to put out a good product. There's no continuity in WWE. Dana Brooke is a fucking heel, a face every other fucking day. Nia Jax's a heel, a face every other fucking day. Big Show, Kane, Braun Strowman, heel, face, who the fuck knows? It depends on what day it is and what side of the bed Vince McMahon wakes up on. And then he starts telling people what they're gonna be for that day. Who cares if you're confusing your audience as long as we're getting some money every week? No continuity, nothing makes sense, it's confusing as fuck, it's mind-bogglingly fucking ignorant at this point. Ember Moon is winning a match. She finally gets a moment. Even though it's against Alicia, hey, it's a moment. We'll take it. Go up the ramp with your hand held high, gal, because you fucking kicked ass. No. Instead, Vince is like, how can we ruin this moment and make her look goofy again? Send out No Way Jose! And here comes fucking conga line schmuckadoodle Dundee over here. Oh, no way, Jose! No way, Jose! They grab fucking Ember Moon, and now Ember Moon, who just had a fucking victory, and starts to look like Ember Moon that we love again, an actual badass competitor, and now she's dancing in a conga line! But I'll sit back and enjoy it. Don't complain, BC. You're negative, BC. I wonder why. One of the most legit competitors and great wrestlers in this industry is bouncing around in a conga line. And then they're wasting fucking what I feel are actually really greatly done beatings. The one on Strowman, the one on Elias, the one on Corbin. These are actually beautifully done. This is how you do beatings and make it come across as legit. The reason it's not landing with the fans this morning is because it doesn't make sense. You never told a real story of why Drew and Dolph finally said enough and split from each other. Bobby Lashley just turned heel, can't be more than a month ago, joined forces with his new mouthpiece, Lio Rush, and all of a sudden they're joining up with Corbin. Corbin, who's supposed to be General Manager Corbin now, is in the thick of it as a pro wrestler. A little, much more than he originally fucking was. We don't know if they're a real faction. Should we take them seriously? Are they going to just fucking mingle around for TLC? And then that's it? Is Vince gonna wake up next Monday and say, oh, I don't want them together anymore? Let's replace Drew. We'll put in fucking Lars Sullivan in there. Who the fuck knows? But I'm not gonna get invested in a group that we don't know what they're about. There's no fucking common sense behind it. I'm sick of that shit. You hear that? A motherfucker wants to beep and back up outside of my fucking apartment when I'm doing the Raw review and reaction. I'm ending this right now so I can beat the fuck out of this truck driver. Much love and respect. I will see you guys tomorrow for SmackDown's review and reaction, and I'm hoping it's a whole hell of a lot better than the bullshit we saw tonight, because the buck stops here. I am literally, the buck stops here, and I'll be in contact with the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, and every other motherfucker to help them as best that I can, because we need to save this business and Vince needs competition, and I'm willing to work for free to fucking do it. Excuse me while I beat the shit out of these motherfuckers. Amplified man, coffees and ass whippings. Check you later.